think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Welcome to another episode of
DJ Talk.
You guys asked and we
Shall receive.
No, you shall receive, not we shall receive.
Okay.
You guys were commenting and asking us about a special guest that we had on a few months ago.
And they are from Florida.
From Jess and Brett, welcome back.
Hey!
What's up, guys?
It took us so long because we walked here. We made it.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm out of breath. You have any more water?
We do. It's in the fridge.
We're right behind you. Since the last time they came on, I know the whole hurricane situation happened. I know you guys wanted to know also what's been going on with them, how Florida's doing, and how the rebuilding, I guess, is going on. So they're here to answer some questions and tell us what's life been going on. But of course, there's one special announcement that
Special announcement.
we did.
I'm confused.
We did it. We announced it before, but they're here now. So we just wanted to say congratulations on your engagement.
Yes!
I have
He
to say
did it.
He did it. Lo hicimos.
Yeah, we did it.
So, how did you propose? That's what I want to know.
Well, it was just a random thought. In my life, I never thought I would ever get down on one knee and marry anybody. Well, I will say at a young age I did that and made a dumb mistake and said, what am I doing? But later on in my life, I realized that I found somebody that is not only my best friend, but someone who, I have to sit there and try to catch my breath from laughing most of the time when I'm around her. So, I don't know. I guess she keeps me alive or she's trying to kill me, either one, but it's the one I chose. So,
The latter.
how I did it... How I did it was just very spur of the moment. I had, of course, a whole plan of what I expected to do, but unfortunately she had a bad day, which many of us do, and she was crying one day at work, and I had to do it a little bit earlier just to kind of cheer her up, and I think there's
Made
never...
her even more cry.
Yeah. I think
Just
it was
a
a
different
good,
kind of
it was
cry.
a good, it was a good reason to break the rule and jump the gun a little bit, I guess, but I'm glad I did it, and I think she is, and we all are, and we're excited.
So then that day you weren't planning it for that day?
No, not that. Yeah, it was
He
a
was
couple
supposed
days
to do
later.
It 2 days later.
Well, my goal.
On his
Okay, my
birthday.
goal was smart. Any guys can take my advice. I did it on. I wanted to do it on my own birthday when she wouldn't expect it.
Also, so he would never forget the date.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Chris, take some
Absolutely.
notes.
Yeah, and my main goal was when at the end of the day she'd be like, "Do you have everything you wanted for your birthday?" And my goal was to say, "Absolutely not. There's one more thing I wanted, and I wanted you to say yes." So yeah, it's really sweet, but it didn't happen. I just wanted to clear up her tears from the day prior of a bad day at work. So here we are.
Yeah, I remember he came home, I was very upset, and he was like, go take a long shower, and I'm like, I hate showering, why? And he's like, and then wear something cute. I'm like, why are you telling me what to do? Like, in my head, I was getting
Stop bossing me
upset.
around.
Yeah. I'm like, and then I do take a shower, and I go to get dressed, and I'm like, I don't have anything cute. I guess I'll just wear gym clothes. And I went downstairs, and he was fidgeting, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? And he's like, when I get really excited about something, and I just can't hold it in. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And he's like, I just need to tell you. And in my head, I'm like, oh, God, he bought another TV, didn't he? Gosh, dang it. So, he reached for his pocket and was shaking, like, uncontrollably.
Aww.
As if he had, like, 6 shots of espresso.
I did.
And you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That explains it. The more you know. The more you know. And yeah, he actually got down on his knee and he proposed.
Yeah.
And he asked for mom and dad's permission.
I knew that.
Or actually dad's permission, but he was on speakerphone and mom was in the car.
Yeah.
That's why he came that one time, but I knew.
He told
I think
me.
we all kind of knew.
I was like,
We just didn't know when.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Everybody knew but me.
pretty much.
I guess that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Did you suspect anything?
No idea.
Nothing at all?
Not a clue.
Did you think
Although-
that he's gonna do it soon or like years to come?
No clue.
No clue.
No clue. None. Because we talked about it. We were okay with never getting married because I never wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I even told Mom, I was like, don't be surprised if I never get married. And I'm sorry in advance.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
Mom.
Yeah, sorry.
You're the only girl in the family. Like,
And then surprise!
But that was just a decision and a choice at the time, and you changed that.
Yeah, so now, unfortunately, the next time I go pacing around a room, fidgety, I have to always have something special to offer because she's going to be expecting it.
Oh.
She's like, what do
Or
you got
it'll
for
be
me?
a TV. A new TV.
Yeah.
Chris, you better be listening.
take notes, Christopher.
It was very private. It was very special. It was not recorded, which you guys know I like.
Yeah.
I never know where my phone is. I hate technology in that way that it gets in the way of people. So I really appreciated that it was just us and it wasn't public and it was perfect for us.
It has to be, though. It has to be that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but some people like the attention, though.
That's the thing, too.
Correct. And neither of us are really like that. And I like the idea of being able to tell you the story rather than like, here, just watch the video. It's so
that's
unpersonal
Yeah.
that we can now always tell you guys how it
And
happened.
it's built into your head, like,
Yeah.
it's a memory.
A core
like a core
memory.
memory, yeah.
A core
Like
memory,
that movie.
yeah.
What's that movie? Inside Out?
Oh, I love that movie.
Don't lose that core memory.
It's crazy because when you were dating, I remember you telling us in the room.
Oh, when you guys interviewed
In the
him?
beginning.
Yeah. Because you were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, and you're crying. I'm like, what's wrong? It's like, I don't know if this guy has, like, real intentions. I'm like, call him up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So that's where it started. So that's why they started interrogating you.
But from that moment, I knew that you're good. You're
Yeah.
set because of your answers. I'm like, I would never,
correct.
like I would never hear those type of answers. It's like, you weren't, like, the right guy.
And those questions being thrown at me were, I was already sleeping, so I didn't know if it was dreaming or what was going on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called me the next day like, what happened?
I may have said some things. I don't even remember what I said.
I have no idea.
And here we are.
Oh, by the way, a little disclaimer. If you hear some snoring in the background,
Oh, yeah, we forgot
that's,
to introduce Pika Pika.
Pika!
that's our little Pika.
Pika, say something? No.
Oh,
There it is. A little snort.
Right
She's our little rescue Chihuahua Corgi mix. And,
Adorable.
yeah, I love her. She's a little mush.
She goes missing. I don't know. Don't ask me.
We know nothing.
I know where you live. You can't just steal her.
I was going to be like, I'll steal her, but then now you know where I live.
I'll blindfold them on the way back so they don't know where the directions are.
There you go.
I know it's by TD Banks.
And like a Burger King and a
And
CVS.
Burger King. I saw that right away. I'm like, this is a nice location.
Yeah.
You
got,
can
like, you got,
walk
like,
there.
10 like pizza places like down that way. It's like every other block just pizza. And then there's like Rita.
That's
There's a
nice.
Rita's, Carvel.
You can just walk.
I could.
Yeah.
We walked to 7-Eleven right there. The other day.
Yeah.
This area is really quiet. So I really like it.
I miss that. Being able to walk to 7-Eleven. Because we've moved.
There's nothing close to you?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
The gas station was like, what, 5-minute drive?
Yeah. Literally nothing. And before, we used to be able to walk across the street to the gym, 7-Eleven. There were other restaurants. There was Pho. I could walk to get my nails done.
The apartment, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
apartment.
I remember, yeah.
And,
Wait, the one
and
that you guys were at during the hurricane? That one?
both, actually. The first one and the second one. Everything was walking distance. We could even walk to Publix if we really wanted to. But, yeah, now we're in the middle of nowhere. So we have to drive everywhere.
Are you still in Fort Myers?
Yeah, we're still in Fort Myers. We're closer now to Lehigh Acres, though. So it's much more inland than where we were before.
Okay.
We were, like, super close to the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how far is the beach now?
25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's still
Yeah.
not that bad, though. Okay.
It's like here going to Belmar or something. Like 30 minutes about.
Just about. Yeah.
Around.
It's not too much of a difference.
But so people are wondering, like, how has Florida, I guess, regained, how do you say it?
Rebuilt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Recovery, yeah. So, myself, I work in a building supply company, and it's one of the most physical jobs I've ever done, and I can't stand it. But anyway, just kind of running over through this, month to date last year, this company did about $375,000 in sales, and this month right now we're doing 1.5 million.
Wow.
And the reason of that is a lot of the homeowners are still to this day are trying to get materials to rebuild their houses.
Oh, wow.
And not only is there not enough contractors, at this point they're trying to do it themselves. So they're going into a supply house trying to buy the materials and asking us a bunch of advice. How do you think we should do this? What do you think we should do this? We can't really give that kind of advice. But it just kind of gives an idea that there's still people out there trying to rebuild their houses. So, yeah, you don't really see it business-wise. I mean, yeah, there's restaurants, things open. You would never know. It looks beautiful. But there's still some beautiful trees and some things that we're never going to be able to see again with a lot of history.
Yeah.
And just these, of course, people that are just now getting here or they've just been waiting so long to get these supplies and just find the materials from, Canada, wherever they come from. So there's still a lot of rebuilding to do, and hurricane season is again knocking on the door, and it's luckily for
It's
us,
right around the corner again.
yeah, we're like you said, we're away from the beach and everything, so I'm not worried about it at all. Nothing really, no fear on our end. But there's a lot of people still trying to build their houses, and they got the threat still right there. So
Wow.
Yeah.
What about the beach? Did it
So they're cleaning it up. They started opening up the beaches slowly. But now they're all open, and Fort Myers Beach was super famous for having basically like the only boardwalk in the area where there were a lot of shops and restaurants and like things to do there. But all of that got wiped out by Hurricane Ian, but now they're starting to rebuild. So slowly there are some of those shops coming back, or like some of the restaurants are now doing food trucks
Oh, that's awesome.
in the place of where they were.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. Like they're getting money from the community. One of the places, what's it called? Something Whale? Is it just the Whale or the Blue Whale? Something like that.
is this like the manufactured homes?
No, it's a little restaurant. I think it's just called the Whale. Apparently, there were so many regulars that all the regulars had just donated money
that's
to
awesome.
completely rebuild,
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
and they were able to get enough money to rebuild in like just a week.
Wow.
That's how much people were donating to get everything back, because it was like a huge
crazy.
place,
Yeah.
That's where everyone went for vacations. A lot of college kids went there. That was the spot, was Fort Myers Beach, because that was the party beach.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like slowly rebuilding.
Yeah, but on the homeowner's end, there's still a lot of work to be done. Like I work from home for pest control, and we still get calls from people in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, Estero, Naples, and they're all still canceling like their termite protections, for example, because they don't have a house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, it's nothing you did, but there's no home to protect, so I have to cancel my services.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of those calls, like the whole coast, basically. Northport, Port Charlotte, that whole area. It was just, it's sad.
What about the little island that you loved? That you said the bridge got destroyed. Remember?
Sanibel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Did they rebuild that bridge yet
Did
or
they
no?
rebuild the bridge?
Yeah, funny story with that is that one company that proposed to do it said it would take a year and a half to actually build that bridge.
Oh, wow.
But then somebody who came in from the outside decided that they had the manpower and the will to do it within 2 weeks, and it was done.
What?
So sometimes the power of manipulation is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing is that it's not done it's not done where it's completely safe for years to come, but it's a temporary fix that'll last for a couple of years for someone to do like the right job to
Like
get the
over
job.
time, yeah.
Correct, yeah, but people are still able to drive onto the island and get off, so they're actually able to get to their houses and start work on it and all that. So
Well, some people were trapped on the island too because the bridge went down.
Yeah, I saw some
Yeah.
TikToks of people living there. They're like, we can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's scary.
So that's like being trapped somewhere like that. Like you literally can't move. Like
And your house is destroyed. Like,
Yeah.
where
so
you
now
gonna stay?
like there's people that I saw that would take their boats back to just to go get food and stuff because like
Yeah.
it was the only way, and it would take them forever to try to go back on boat, then have to bring everything back, and then it was just like so inconvenient. But it
Yeah.
was a way that they had to do it.
I saw on the news when they opened their supermarket, everybody who was still trapped on the island was there, and they even did like a ribbon cutting, and they were
That's so cute.
So
Yeah.
like a touching moment.
yeah, it was super exciting for them, and it's nice to see. But that beach that I used to go to that was on the bridge, it's no longer there. There's no
No.
beach. It's just like highway.
What?
Everything that
Oh,
was
wow.
that was there was like wiped off. So it's
Yeah.
just water and the highway.
Well, hopefully you guys don't get hit again. Knock on wood.
Well, we're further inland, us personally, but I don't think we could take another hit right now. So I really hope it
Yeah.
doesn't come towards us.
That's going to be like really bad.
Yeah, but at least you and I are prepared. I
Yeah.
fancy myself a bit of a survivalist.
I mean, you guys did pretty good. I was
Yeah.
surprised you guys even stayed last year there.
Oh yeah, I mean everything was up on the second floor. You know, we had our wind-up radio. We stayed in tune with everything. Battery-powered fan, so we didn't get hot. Now I got those. I recently just bought them, like survival meals.
Hey.
You
Those-
have to though.
Those ready meals.
Yeah.
Is
Is it like the MMR ones or is it
Those.
Oh really?
Yeah, they
I
don't
always wanted to
expire
try.
till like 2052. Like they
Dang,
won't
that's
expire for a
crazy.
long time.
It's better to have that than nothing at all, you know?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can just get them. Sure.
I always wanted to just to buy one of those just to try it because I've seen like this guy on TikTok, like he eats them like just like you know
I mean,
because he
there's
has to because he's an army. But
a lot of
I'm like,
sodium in them.
I'm like I want to try that.
Yeah. And I have those dehydrated fruits that you guys
Oh, you still
sent
have
for
them?
me. Yeah. I don't. When did they go bad?
I don't know. That's Chris. That's a Chris question.
All right, I gotta ask him.
But I think
Probably.
if you dehydrate them and if it's still like
Airtight sealed.
airtight, I think they last for like years.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because it's in my oh shit bag. That's what I call it. It's in the garage. It's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but we could ask Chris when we get back.
Yeah. I even got a deck of cards, so we won't get bored.
There we go.
Most important thing.
You never know.
So I know we talked about this yesterday a little bit, touched the topic. I don't want to go too much into it because I'm like, then I don't feel like repeating myself. The whole dating scene. So as you get older, it gets harder.
Yes.
Like way harder.
I know nothing about this topic.
So I've been single. I've been single for. Actually, I only had one boyfriend, the one in high school. That was it. And then like
Wherever you are, I will find you and.
I know where he's at. So, I went on a few dates, and they were right. Like you know, and the last date I went on, it was with a guy. He was just recently divorced. But then like we because the group of friends I was hanging out with, it was one of their guy friends that they went to high school, whatever. They reconnected. And then they were like, oh, we have a girl for you, whatever. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to just go randomly see this guy. So the
setup.
first day, yeah, the whole blind date thing. So the first time we all hung out, I said, no, like, we got to do, like, a group thing. Because I have, like, really bad, like, social anxiety. Like, if I don't know anybody, like, I'm not going to be myself, like, at all. So I said, so we all went out, and I got to know him. We were talking, exchanged numbers. And then that week, we went on a date. He took me to the movies, whatever. We had lunch. Literally, this is like the first time that we actually had a conversation. At the end of the date, he goes, so what do you think? I was like, about what? And he goes, so do you see a future with us? I was like, are you proposing right now? Like, what the hell?
Right,
Damn, you got to propose on first
right
date?
off the bat, I gotta say a quick interruption.
Yeah.
Guys, even ladies, never go on a first date to the movie theaters.
Thank you.
Because how are you gonna get to know the person? Like,
Seriously.
Well, we went
That
to
is
eat.
true.
We went out to eat, and then we walked around the mall for a while, whatever. Like, we were able to have a conversation, but we went to the movies. And then he was trying to, like, hold my hand, and I'm like, I don't know you. Like, don't touch me.
You're like, what's your last name, dude? I don't even know who you
Yo,
are.
for real.
Wait, how did you get someone to propose to you on the first date? I can't get anybody for 14 years.
And then he goes, I'm like, wait. And I, like, looked at him, and he's like, well, it's not like I want to have kids tomorrow or marry tomorrow. I'm like, well, hold on, buddy.
God.
Do you even know how many siblings I have? Like, do you know, like, my favorite color? Like, it threw me completely off. So
that was your chance to interrupt him and saying, well, I do, okay?
right? Exactly. So,
What
Yeah.
took you so long?
right? I've only been waiting. So then, I said, listen, I think, I'm not saying no, right? But I think we should, like, I literally just met you, like, 5 minutes ago, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he said, okay. And then that was that was a Saturday. And then Mondays or
married by
Tuesdays are
Sunday.
like my, yeah, by Monday, like, we got married.
That's why she has that ring right there.
Yeah, right
there.
there.
She's secretly married.
I see.
So then Monday rolls around, and Mondays and Tuesdays are like the busiest day at work. Like, I barely have my, like, she'll call me sometimes and I don't answer. Just depends. So that day he was like blowing up my phone. I'm like, okay, why a guy blowing up a
Needy
phone?
much.
For real. So then I text him Tuesday. I said, hey, listen, I had like a really long day at work. I can't have my phone on me unless it's like an emergency, whatever. He's like, oh, because I thought like you were ignoring me. I'm like, oh, red flag.
Oh, there we go.
Needy.
I
Yes.
was like, what the hell? And the backstory is like the wife that he was with, that had no idea whatsoever. Just one night he came home to a note saying, I'm divorcing you, I've been cheating on you, and I'm leaving. She packed her stuff and left. And he was like, wait, what just happened? Like, she moved to like a different state.
Oh my gosh.
So
He
I
has
was
like PTSD from that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. But then I'm like, bro, like, relax. Like, I just, we'll
I'm
hang-
not her, okay.
So then we're like, we'll hang out. And then, like, we talked we hung out again with our group of friends. And then, like, he kept like, texting me. And I'm like, bro, okay, like, I can't be on my phone. And, like, I don't know, like, after, like, what happened with our mom, like, I'm just not on the phone as much anymore. It's like, I just rather not be on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather focus on, like, everything else.
On life.
Pretty much. And so,
Priorities.
Yeah.
and then I was like, okay. And then he starts a novel of a text message talking about, like, I thought, like, we were good, like, we
Oh
were
my
dating.
God,
And I'm like,
that's
oh,
like-
time out. Who said we were dating?
Been like 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, we went on one date.
Again, that's your chance of saying, I've been cheating on you. And,
for real.
I want a divorce, okay?
Just like, leave a note. All right, is there no text message?
Sorry,
I'm leaving you.
Actually, text him a picture of a note saying, I'm leaving you.
There you go.
Don't text me that.
And block. So then he, like, so I'm like, bro, okay, first of all, no one said we were dating. We went on one date. And I said, let's get to know each other. Let's keep hanging out with our group of friends, whatever. Like, you recently got divorced. Like, and something inside me was like, something, like, a gut feeling like something was off.
It's too soon.
So then we didn't talk for like a week. I'm like, oh, thank God, guys probably got the picture. I don't know. And then, it was his birthday, and they told me to go because, like, he was regaining, like, his friends back, like, because the wife, I guess, was, like, keeping
Took them in
him.
a divorce.
Probably, I don't know. So,
Pika.
if you guys heard those, Pika chiming in. There you go.
She didn't like him either.
You should like it. She's like, I don't approve of this guy. So then we go to the birthday party, and he's sitting on the other side. He completely ignores me, and I'm like, okay, happy birthday to you too. Like I don't know. I come to find out, as the conversation was going on, who used to be my best friend, he sat next to him, and I was sitting against other people, and she's like, thank God you didn't sit next to him. I was like, why, what happened? Thank you, Pika.
Yeah, for real.
He was telling them, she's like, I don't know if it's true, he could be just like bluffing, but he had made out with a girl the Friday prior, and then made out with another girl at a cigar club the day before that. Like, he was going around. I was like, and this is why I had a gut feeling. It could be right, could be wrong, we don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, pass.
Damn.
Or he was just trying to make himself look cool because
Maybe.
you stood him up.
Probably. I mean, I didn't really...
Facts.
What, I said no to his proposal?
Yeah,
like,
dead ass.
I'm not getting married.
High key.
Say less.
So then, after that, like COVID hit, and then, like, whatever, we were stuck at home and all the time. But now, I'm trying to get back. But it is so damn hard, because there is this guy, but I'm not attracted to him.
Yeah, you told me about that
But
yesterday.
I don't want to be like, no, I don't want. I'd rather get to know him.
But if you just say that, though, like, listen, I do want to give you a chance and get to know you, but I just want you to know, currently, I am not interested in being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get to know you. Is that okay?
Just be
It's
honest.
okay to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like going to an interview. You both have to accept each other.
Right.
So if he can't accept that, then he is not the one for you. If he cannot be patient, then he doesn't even deserve to go on a date with you.
I just feel like I've been single for so long that, like, the whole dating thing, it makes me nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it makes me antsy.
It's always nerve-wracking, though, on a first date. No matter if you've been dating
Yeah, the best
5 or
thing,
6 years. Or...
in my advice I gave you was that, you know, go on as many dates as you can with people who you're not interested in to get those jitters out of the way. And then when the right person comes along, you're already ready to go, and you already know who you are. Because
Right.
everyone thinks they know who they are until they actually go on a date.
That's smart.
And then they realize, man, I don't even know myself.
Look at Brett.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hot for that.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I read many books. I'm a pretty wise guy.
And that's why.
That's why you
Yeah.
fix your glasses.
I haven't. I'm lying. I haven't read in a couple years, but anyway.
Like, I know I asked her, like, if she would, how long was she single before she met you? She said about 7 months about there.
7 years.
Oh, 7 years.
Oh my
Sorry,
gosh.
7 years. So what about you?
I'm the complete opposite of her.
Yeah.
I am a human puppy dog, and I have to have attention on me at all times.
Aw.
So
He
I
dated
think
a lot.
I was single probably for maybe 4 hours before I started dating.
Oh,
So-
come on.
Like, the girl was
Am I
like,
exaggerating? Probably again, but you know, I'm to be honest.
he's probably like,
It was
okay,
a few
bye.
months.
Yeah.
He goes, bye, and saw her, was like, hey.
But yeah, I always had an image of somebody who was like perfect for me, and I like the Spanish culture. I like Spanish people, and
Perfect.
yeah. So
You blend in very well.
well, yeah.
I mean, it must be hard to, like, get
Even
to
the
know
nickname.
the girl's family, right?
Mhm.
And then if you can't,
Especially if they speak a different language. Like,
and
Yeah.
and it's like, it's hard to blend in. It's like, are they gonna accept me? Like, that's hard too.
Yeah.
So
in Spanish families, for the most part, they're strict.
yeah,
And, like, they're, like, really hard to, like...
especially
get
if you're a
together.
girl.
They're hard
For
to
some reason.
please, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, if you mess up once, like, in the beginning, they're like, nope, he's no good for you.
Tell him no more.
No mas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know, now you even have a Spanish nickname. Senor Brett.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So then, when you guys started dating, how did you know? Like, how to put it this way? How do you know?
She's the one? Or they're the
In a
one?
way, yeah.
So I never looked at it as dating. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
So most people would say that we had 4 or 5 dates before we actually really had one. But in my eyes, like, remember, we went in a gym, so
Yeah.
we hung out, and I hung out with her as a friend that I had a crush on, and we were scared to tell each other maybe that we did. So little by little, by certain little, you know, notions that we made, like, you know, eye batting or, you know,
This.
what
The
yeah.
The little
The
nudge.
pushing
Yeah,
each
Certain
other.
smiles,
Yeah.
like you start once you go on enough dates, I guess whatever the case is, you start to realize, I think this person may like me. But then it always comes down to it. You go on that first date, even though it's really not your first date, like I was saying. For us, I took her out to dinner, and it was just
Thai
quick.
food.
Yeah, it was Thai food, and it was okay Thai food. We had a beer each, and then we decided, maybe we'll go have another beer somewhere else. So, what is that called? The nightcap? When a date's going well, that you want to continue it. So then I think from there I started. For me personally, I hate being denied. So I will never try to make a move on somebody or come on to somebody unless I know for sure that I have a chance or whatever the case is. But with her and I, we're definitely friends right off the bat.
I made the first move.
I was gonna say, who made the first move?
She made the first move because I was being a gentleman. I didn't want to lose her as a friend, so I didn't want to actually, I guess, be the person who made the first move and the last move. So, I guess never take my advice. You got to live it up to yourself. Just my advice worked for me. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for everybody. But like I said, you have to get to know yourself. That's why you got to put yourself out there and go on as many dates as you possibly can to realize what works for you. It's like a diet, I can give you a diet advice because I'm going to give you diet advice of what works best for me, but our bodies are different.
Right.
And you have to find out who you are as a dater, not necessarily as a person. Because when you're single, you know exactly who you are as a single. You like popcorn on Friday nights. You like, Diet Coke on Saturday nights. And you go to the gym Monday through Wednesday because you think that's enough. But whatever the case is, that's who you are as a single person. But when you're dating, it is a different story because then you start realizing, for me, for example, I didn't realize, I liked going on vacations until I started dating somebody.
Your family loves vacations.
We love vacations.
I didn't realize that I liked dancing to Spanish music until I actually do it. And
we dance bachata all the time.
Yeah. So then you start realizing who you are as a person with somebody else. So yeah, that's also something that I read in a book.
See, I feel like that's a different perspective to see it as more of a hangout than dating. I think that's what makes me nervous. Like the word dating.
Well, that takes the pressure off too. And like, for example, with Brett, the one moment that I can think of where I knew that he was the one, and I even called my mom, or I sent her a text message. We were hanging out. He came over, and I'm like, do you want to play games? We were playing Just Dance.
Nice.
On the Wii. Like, that was our quote-unquote date. And it was his turn to play, and I was sitting on the couch, and he was so terrible. Like, it was so bad. Like, but he was winning somehow. It was really frustrating because he wasn't doing the moves. He was just moving.
And somehow he was winning.
And he was winning. And I'm like, I tried so hard. I was, like, basically in Juilliard from my eyes. Like, I was a professional modern dancer from what I thought I was doing. But he was still winning. But he didn't care how he looked. He was having fun. He was just being himself. And the moment I saw that he didn't care what he looked like, and he was just being him, I was like, yep, that's the one.
So, little interruption. I did go to the bathroom for about 10 minutes and practice my dance moves in front of the mirror. So I was like, "This is all you got, Brett? This is all you got?"
He gave himself like a pep talk, like, "Don't F this up, Brett.
Yeah.
You gotta make a good impression. She's Spanish.
Crazy.
The standards are high.
The funny
Move
thing
your
is,
butt.
Don't move your arms. Just your hips."
and then after looking in the mirror for so long, seeing somebody dance like a goofball, I had the image of a professional dancer on the TV screen doing it the correct way, and I just kind of imagined that being me. That's what I look like. But in reality, I look like a bird flapping his wings.
I think I still have the video, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. It's stuck in your mind forever.
I do.
Yep.
Oh no, on the phone. Like, I have actual evidence.
I would love to see
Don't
that.
show them now because it would be so loud in here with laughter that the podcast would stop.
That's the end of the laughter, that podcast.
Oh man. All right, I have to like.
Yeah. Think of it more like a hangout etch-a-sketch. You're just doing a little drawing, and then if it doesn't work, you just wipe it clean and move on.
Good
That's
analogy.
true.
Yeah. And don't overthink it because you're overthinking it right now.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Can't
I'm
overthink it.
such an overthinker.
Yeah.
It's
And
so bad.
please don't do the movies again, and do an actual activity where,
See, I prefer that.
like bowling, or like mini golf, where you're not just staring at each other.
Axe, so if you don't like the dude, you go,
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
sorry, miss.
So that way, do that first, so you're not just staring at each other during dinner, and that makes it feel more like an interview. Like, that brings out all the nerves.
I think that's what it is too.
You have
Because
to.
I remember going on a date with one guy, and we went to dinner. And I felt so awkward. Like, I felt so uncomfortable.
Because it feels like the spotlight is on you.
Yeah.
And they're just staring at you like, what's your next answer? It better be right, you know?
Right? It's like, is this a good enough answer for you?
Yeah.
So one of the shows that really kind of does it very well, MTV is a total stupid television station. But one show that I loved as a kid was the show Next.
Oh, I love
oh
that
my
show.
god,
that
was
show,
fun,
Yeah,
yes.
and
I love
I'm
that
glad
show.
I got all your approvals.
Yeah.
So I'm not nexted. But anyway, going on with the show, the funnest thing about that show is that they all do something embarrassing at one point.
Yeah.
And that's the point. The first date should be something that, you know, you don't look your best. You don't act your best. Like, both parties should be feeling goofy.
Right.
You know, do something that you're very uncomfortable, but not just one person uncomfortable. So if I'm a professional bowler and I'm going to ask someone to go on a date with me that's not a professional bowler, that's not really
that's
fair.
not cool.
Right.
But if you're both equally bad at something, so if you're asking, like, have you ever painted while you drank? Another person goes, no, I never have, but I wanted to.
I love
Great
that.
idea.
And
I
I
love
said,
paint- sipping
I've
paint.
never done that either. I would love to do that. So you have two things either of you've ever tried, but you're both interested in doing. Even if you're both aren't interested in doing it, just go ahead and do it anyway.
Something
because
new for both of you.
Yeah, because then both of you can talk about how bad it was and how
Yeah,
terrible
sure.
experience it was. You
And then
both
the questions
experienced it the
come
same.
flowing,
Yeah.
too.
Or like
Yeah.
a cooking class. That would be cool
Yeah.
too. But not something crazy like pasta, because that might take a long time.
Yeah.
But like,
Too much time.
yeah, but maybe like a sushi cooking class, you
Yeah.
know? Because
Well, I like sushi, so.
at that point too, you're focusing on something else where you can kind of have a conversation where you're not staring at each other directly,
Right.
and it takes some of the pressure off, and then you can actually go to dinner later, talk about what you did, talk about yourselves, and
Right. It's more like, what's it called? The icebreaker.
yes,
thing.
that's what you need. You need an icebreaker activity. Go roller skating. Have dinner there. Like, it doesn't have to be.
Just do whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super formal, especially for you.
Yeah, I'm not very formal. Like, I don't need no, like, high maintenance, like, high restaurant, 5-star. No.
But
Like,
you can get that later when you know. But when you know you like the person,
right.
right? At this point, you don't even know if you want to really be in a relationship or be dating. So to have something less formal, so much easier.
Yeah.
Go to Carnival.
Carnivals are fun.
You're
There's
not
so much
technically
fun.
wasting your money either, because if you go on like in a really high strong like restaurant, like a 5-star restaurant, you're spending all this money. If you end up not liking each other, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you're
Just
wasting
wasted
money.
$200 right there.
And also, they probably expect for you to put out too if they
Yes, I know too. Yeah.
That ain't
what?
happening.
for a 5-star restaurant.
Like, there's
Some-
usually like a
Oh,
fancy,
well.
like, you get to get dressed up type fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Some guys would be like, oh, come with me, and then then you end up paying like half the bill or the whole bill.
If that's the case, my advice to you is if a guy is expecting you to put out after going to a nice restaurant, put like 7 layers of clothes on.
Yeah, and
I
wear
think-
your grannies.
Yeah. And then get extremely like exhausted when you take like your first 2 layers of clothes off. Like, you know what, this isn't going to work out. We'll try the beach next time.
So then, once you get past that, right? You get past the whole dating. Now you decide, okay, I like this person. Now you start a relationship. Now you gotta introduce them to your family and friends.
Yeah.
Again, probably a less formal environment.
No, yeah,
It's
of course.
easiest.
But how did you feel having to bring him to our side of the family that's like loud as hell because we're Spanish?
So that was weird because remember, we live in Florida and the whole family lives in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So he had to fly with me. And when was the first time he came? I think it was for an actual event.
Was it for?
Richie's graduate. No.
Hold on.
What was
Mackenzie's first?
It was an it was an
It was
actual
I think, a
party.
birthday.
Yeah.
Was it Mackenzie's first birthday?
Birthday party. Now I don't know about the first. You were there for the unicorn one, right?
I
Yes.
was there by myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe her second
Maybe
birthday?
her second with the farm.
No, they flew. I'm sorry. I got excited.
Scratch
I
rewind.
just love how you're like,
That was the other guy.
No. They came to us. That's what happened. Mom and Dad flew down.
At first.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how they met him.
Okay.
They
Yes,
flew
I
down.
remember. Okay, yeah.
And then first 5 minutes of them knowing each other, they had an inside joke.
Oh, God. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, so it was super, super easy with them. On the other side, me meeting your mom, I found was super easy. Mm-hmm. But me meeting your sister, I was so nervous.
I feel like siblings
Really?
are harder than parents, I have to say.
Dude, I even
I'm-
got goosebumps.
like, I'm
Like,
more-
I was so nervous. Because,
because I'm more nervous to introduce her.
yeah, because
Than
it's like
my
your best
parents.
friend, right?
Why?
Because
You know how chill I am.
I call her the questionnaire book. I call her Jeopardy because she asks 1,000 questions. So I feel like with her and then my group of friends, the poor guy, like if he makes it through them,
Yeah.
he's a keeper.
I just joke around a lot, that's it.
But see, what you don't realize is that you're basically the best friend.
Yeah.
Like if mom and dad say, "Oh, I don't like them," oh, they're just being mom and dad. Like they're
Right.
not, they're gonna
They'll like him at some point.
yeah, they don't feel like he's good enough, but they'll get over it. But your siblings, that's not the case. If they don't like them, you're like, crap, why? What did I do? Or what did he do? Or like, what's wrong? Like, you would be more inclined to listen to your sibling that you're close to rather than your parents.
That's true.
And them two, they were like they're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot, his sister's gonna be his best man.
Oh, that's cute.
Best woman. So that's why, me personally, I was so nervous because I had heard so many stories about them, like growing up, and they were attached to the hip, and they still are, and so for me, that was super nerve-wracking. I was like, what if she doesn't like me? Then he's gonna hate me. Then it's like over.
See, that's the thing. Is that like a deal breaker? For me, I feel like it is. Like, whoever I'm dating doesn't get along with my friends or family. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not playing this whole double life where, like, I have to keep you separated from them. No, because then it's going to be such a problem.
Don't look at it that way. I get it. You're looking at it because you're comparing and seeing some people that get along with, the opposite parents, but that's not always. It'll all work out in the end.
Right.
Years down the road,
They'll get over it.
they'll get over it and they'll accept each other.
Right.
Years. I'm just kidding.
In our case, we're very fortunate and we're very blessed to have that ability to have both sides of the family like each other, and that's something that we embrace. And we're lucky. It doesn't happen to everybody.
Well, like on our end too.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen to everybody. But it's just, I don't know. You got it. At the end of the day, it's your life, and when you're dating somebody, if you accept them, it's your family's responsibility and the other person's responsibility to eventually fold and say, okay, this person's good for whoever you care about. Mm-hmm. And sometimes time will tell. It doesn't always happen with one inside joke.
Yeah.
You got to give it time. But you have to be happy. So if you really, honestly, truly feel like that's the one, then you put time into it, and you don't have to prove it to anybody. That love will just prove itself. So,
I think
Shakespeare.
Remember, I don't know if you remember, Noonie, but when I first came into the family, it was a little crazy family drama.
It was, yeah.
It's crazy to know that I knew Chris before she dated him.
I know.
That's
No, but
insane.
like that was just like, I don't know,
It was
because
weird.
It was a different story type of thing, but
Yeah.
like your family like did not want me to date Chris.
Well,
At
also, the problem was the age.
Was it the age?
There was the age.
young.
Wasn't it like Hetty or something?
Yeah, well, so that, but
Yeah.
we'll
Weird.
talk about that after. But yeah, off the record, I don't want to be too into detail on that. But
Yeah.
but yes, but there's reasons I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
But then Chris came along and he came talk to me.
Yeah.
So that's why, and then I even told him in the beginning when we first, because he took me out to the movies, and I was like, listen, I'm like, I don't want. It was Saw too. It was
Yeah.
funny.
Oh,
But
nice.
Oh, the funny Saw. I never seen that one.
no, but like, so then he asked me out, and I was like, listen, I don't want to be a problem between, and I knew it. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I just knew. I'm like, I don't want a problem with your family. He's like, no, it'll be fine, and then it ended up being
Yeah.
a big family thing.
But also the age thing came into play because Chris turned 18 and you
I was
were
16 or 15. Yeah.
And
I was
your dad was not having
I'm
it.
calling the police.
Yeah. No. Honestly.
What happened?
Police almost called.
Yeah.
Oh.
It did kind of happen.
I guess it wasn't funny. Sorry.
No, we can laugh about it now, but like,
Yeah.
but I was 15 turning 16, and Chris was like 17, I guess,
Turning
or
18.
Yeah, he was 18 already or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was another big thing, but I don't know. It was just a whole shit show in the beginning.
But they liked you. It was just like the situation
yeah.
that was happening. And then once all of that got squashed, we couldn't get rid of you. So
Yeah, because Chris was like...
when they broke up for like 4 months.
yeah.
We tried everything to get rid of you, baby. It just didn't work. We accepted you.
Yeah, like I remember your mom came to the house and Chris was like basically on his knees begging, like I'm sorry.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
And
no,
I'm
that
like staring
was-
out the window like.
But I remember when, in like, I think the week after, something, I don't know, still in the middle of the family drama, Chris and I were at the library. And I remember your dad calling Chris, and he was like, listen, like, it's causing a big situation. Like, you guys should just break up. And, like, there's other fish in the sea that he used, you know, that term.
Yeah.
And then Chris was like, no, but I really like her. And, like, he never gave up. Like, he just kept... I was like, okay, like, I don't know, I guess. But this was, like, in the beginning stage.
Yeah,
so
the
I don't
very
know.
beginning.
But Chris apparently said to me, I think a long time ago, that he, like, had a crush on me even before all this, like, even before, you know, that person. So, but I was like, I don't know. I guess he finally had the balls. Of course, the wrong timing, but
Well, that's a Gomez trait, is they get what they want.
that is true. That is true. But Chris still,
She's like, I know.
he still needs to get me what I want. So, you know,
He'll get there.
What's so funny?
Do you know something, Brett?
Yeah.
Do I know something?
Do you know something?
I know a lot of things.
I mean, I know you had that conversation with him in Florida.
See,
but
it's crazy
Yeah.
because
I don't know much about it.
when they broke up, I was really mad at him.
At Chris?
Yeah.
Me too.
Because, like, the way she would cry, like, I wanted to go to him and be like, bro, I'm gonna punch you. Like, I did not like him. Bro. And then when they started dating, she didn't tell me for a while because she knew I was so mad at him. Yeah. And then I found out because I caught them. And I was like, oh, so you guys are dating again? She goes, whatever, it's not your business. And I'm like, no, but, like, I'm just, because I'm so protective. Like, I got really protective of her. So the whole sibling thing, you know, that's why it comes into play. Like, I'm more worried about her than my parents beating whoever I'm going to date. And then my mom had her second stroke. And then we went camping, remember? Mm-hmm. And my mom wanted to cook. And Chris was like, you're not going to touch anything. Mm-hmm. We got this.
You know why, right?
And me and him and her, we were cooking. We went to the supermarket together. We cooked breakfast, lunch. And my mom was like, he goes, no, you're going to sit there. Yeah. He's like, what? When I saw that, I literally just stood there and I stared at him. And I'm like,
Chris has a good heart.
damn.
Yeah,
and that's for me in that moment. Yeah. That's where it flipped for me. That's where it flipped for me. And I'm like, oh, I like this kid. He's such a good kid.
I was playing double agent the whole time you guys were broken up.
Yeah, I remember you were messaging me. Yeah. But I was like, because at that point, when we had that bad breakup, I was like, I just couldn't do it anymore because just the way that, you know, he was treating me and all that. So I was just like, I can't continue on like that, you know. But then, I don't know.
He changed. He grew up.
Well, I went back to him.
hit him.
You know, it's funny because I went back to him, like, suddenly. Like, I just showed up at the house, like, 3 months later, with, like, cats, little kittens, hoping it would, like, squash some things. Yeah. But, no, I just decided to go back because I was like, I can't do it anymore. Because he just kept being in my head.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Well, it was, like, the first time. Ooh, that was weird. It was, like, the first time he ever decided to be romantic. He's like, Noni, what do I do? And I'm like, oh, really? Yeah.
I would have said, just keep doing what you're doing. That's very romantic. Sentimental is the key romance.
But he's like, but what do I do? And I'm like, did you buy flowers? No. Why not? Go buy flowers. Go show her you're sorry. Write a beautiful letter. Tell her how much she means to you.
He cried like Mackenzie?
Oh my God,
Worse.
he was like...
Really?
Ariana.
Oh, no. No, for real. When he showed up to our house, like, this is when she was like, no, like, I'm done. But when he showed up, they were outside. Like, you know, we were living on Robert Street still.
Yeah.
So they're across the street, and she kept going like, no. So me and my brother are like staring out the window, like, and then when she started crying, I see Chris bawling.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen this kid cry. And I'm like, damn.
He was a mess.
Like, I'm like, all right, bro, like, relax. Like, how much can you cry? You know, like, I'm like, this guy's either putting on a show or like, and then when she started crying, my brother's like, I'm going out there. No, what is he saying to her? I'm like, no, come here. And he's like, no.
He like just storms out.
He walks out and he's
Cool.
like, what is going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, my brother's like, are you okay? Like, all puffed up. And I'm like, Danny, calm down. Like,
Whatever.
Get back inside.
Yeah.
Like,
Little twig.
Go deflate yourself.
like SpongeBob when he's like,
Yeah.
like blowing up his arm muscles and he's like,
Don't put those sock and boppers back.
Did you remember that?
no, but like that was the time I just had to be strong because I knew I wanted to give in, but I just like after
told
all
her.
that time, the way he was treating me, I couldn't do it.
I was even texting you like, yo, he sucks.
That's your own brother.
Yeah, that's my brother.
No, but she kept like asking me. I'm like, listen, just stick to your feeling. If you feel like it's not working, don't let anybody manipulate. I don't care who it is. Don't let anybody manipulate it to go back. Because if you're not comfortable and you're gonna be miserable, there's no point. Just stick to it.
I
And
told
she
you
did.
stories of how I used to be a jerk, and I would
I know.
stand in the middle like, yo, what the hell? Don't talk to her like that. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, he used to be bad the way he talked to me.
I always stood up
Maybe
for
that.
you. I was
maybe
like, not
that.
in my presence.
High five. Yeah.
I think that's why. Like maybe that breakup like really, like crap.
But I think that's
Yeah.
subconsciously, that's probably what I wanted to do too. It's just to kind of just show him like I'm not playing around anymore.
Yeah.
And just like
If you don't change, I'm gone.
Yeah, and like we needed that break too because we're constantly together. And like we didn't have like we were together like 15 going 16 type of thing, and we never knew anybody else outside of our relationship, you know. So I think we didn't have time to grow up of
And
ourselves.
I remember,
Yeah.
I remember mom and dad used to be like, hey, like, don't spend too much time together. That's not good for you guys. Yeah, man, I want to. She goes, no, it's fine, but every minute of the day, like, it's not good. Like, you guys have to miss each other. So
Yeah,
you
you
guys
have to
separate.
learn who you are without each other.
Yeah.
And like I don't think we had the chance to even do that because you know we're kids. We always wanted to be together. So that's what happened.
Teenage years.
Yeah, we're 2 kids later.
We broke those rules though.
Yeah.
I
We
went to-
moved in after
yeah.
3 months.
I would go to the bathroom and I'd be gone for 2 minutes. I'm like, I miss her. Where's she at?
Aww.
And you're like,
And
whatever.
she'd answer me through the other side of the bathroom door. I'm over here.
I'm like,
waiting
my
for you."
fingers are underneath.
Like a cat.
Like a cat. I'm here. Or like the kids, Mom.
I'm like calling him. Are you still in the toilet? Talk to me.
Just if you hear some silence and then bloop.
Yeah. Yeah, we spent a lot of time together.
So then when you guys, you said you made the first move, right?
I did.
So you kissed him or
Yes.
Wow.
you got
Yeah.
balls, bro?
Well, because we were at a pool party and I was talking to Crystal, my my best friend, and I'm like, you know, we've been on a few dates. We hung out a lot. We haven't kissed.
What's wrong here?
That ends today.
Were you caught off guard, Brett?
I don't even remember, to be honest. I was just floating into a pool and she like swam at me like a shark. Yeah.
Fine.
I'm like, dun.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I thought she was gonna try to drown me, but it was a little bit better of an outcome than that.
It's funny because when Chris wanted to kiss me the first time, we were at a trampoline and we were just chilling. But apparently, I rejected him, but I didn't know because I didn't see him coming or anything. I was just so like into like this like look at the stars or whatever. And then like I guess when he was trying to lean in,
Oh, you
I moved
weren't
away.
jumping on the trampoline? I'm like,
No.
dang, I don't know how you did that.
No, we were like I guess laying down and like chilling and watching the sky or whatever.
Okay.
And then
So
like
you
I think
didn't
he
get a
tried to move
concussion.
in, but then I was just like, oh, let's go. So let's go. But I didn't know.
You probably like, dang it.
Yeah. So apparently I rejected him the first time, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's like going in for a kiss, and you're like, oh my god!
Like squirrel.
Don't you love squirrels? It's like there's no squirrels. It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah. Or he's going in for a kiss. You're like, you have a booger.
Oh,
Or it's like, bro,
Yeah.
totally rejection.
I'm like that with the booger.
yeah. I didn't realize I had so many boogers. until I met you.
Aw.
Sorry.
Burger for life.
Sorry.
That's cute. Well, it's good to hear from you guys. I know people are going to be excited.
Thank you for having us. It's been a while.
Every time you come down,
Or we go there.
that's it.
Yeah.
I think you guys are like our number one guest fave.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Ready to go.
Well, you guys kind of inspired us to try and probably start a podcast. So if we do, you guys will have to be our first
definitely.
guest.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you
It's
were our
fun.
first guest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. But we were kind of like awkward at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so nerve-wracking to have
That's the podcast where Mackenzie's yelling, "Mommy!
Yeah.
Mom!"
Yeah.
Which is always going to be your best podcast.
Yeah.
That was in the
That
dining
will
room.
always be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hear your dad, Chris,
Yeah.
in the back. And you're like, Dad, shh.
Wait, so he was the first guest.
And then he looked, he's like, oh, you guys were, and I'm like, shh. He goes, oh, sorry. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, he's like in the mic. Sorry. Go away.
But then again, like, we're going to look back at it and, like, that's a memory.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you're always going to have that. Even though you hear, Mom! But
But
Just
people like
showing
that,
a
though,
crazy
because
household.
that's like podcasts that are so to the book,
Too
like,
real,
like too produced, too, like, I don't like that.
Yeah. It's real life.
yeah.
Pretty much. Pika, I know you're sleeping.
Any last moment words of Pika over here? Pika's
She gave
Stretch! With a little smile.
Oh. Hi, Peaky Freaky.
She's been sleeping the whole time. She's a good
Yeah.
girl.
Well, she gave her input on my little date.
Oh, yeah, she didn't like that.
It's the only
She
time
did
she
not
spoke.
like that. Alright, guys, well, it was nice having you guys, like always.
Yes.
Thank you.
Till next time.
Until next time.
When are you guys coming back?
No, we're going
September.
there. We're going, September?
Yeah, we'll be back September for Dad and Mackenzie's birthday, then bridal shower.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
All the fun stuff.
yeah, but you guys will have to come when the clubhouse opens up, the grand opening.
Yes,
That'll be
we
fun.
definitely,
When
we
is that
definitely have to go
open?
there.
No idea.
Is it still, like, under construction? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So,
yeah.
We'll go.
Not a clue.
But yeah, it was nice having you guys, like always. We're gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
My advice to everybody, when you're hitting a volleyball, make sure it goes over the net.
Gabby.
Who didn't hit it over there, Gabby?
No.
Oh, no, she did really good.
Yeah, she did really good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Till next week. We will talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.